All right, everybody, we're back with another one. So this one is $35 on Amazon. One of you guys in the comments told me to check out the 2299. I was gonna order it. I actually did order it and I canceled that order because I realized the one I've been testing, which it says in the ad when you go buy this one on Amazon, that this is the completely refreshed, updated version of the 2299, and this is the KM 2293. So I decided to send that one back because why try the older model if we have the updated model already and they're pretty much the same price. So this is not gonna be a long review. I try not to make them long for a reason because we just get straight to the point. We're not doing the unboxing. We don't need to see that there's a cheap comb. We don't need to see that there's oil. There's a USB-C cable. Yes, this clipper is USB-C. Amazing, right? I'm glad that all the companies are starting to adapt the USB-C charger. It's amazing to use the same charger for every clipper. So what I can say is I am extremely surprised at how well this clipper cuts. What I can compare it to is this guy, not because it has some similar indentions and stuff like that, but because it uses the same blade style. So you always see that I have the DLC blade on mine from Babyliss, because I had problems with the TPOB blade out of the box. But this Kemei 2293 seems to have the same system. But fresh out of the box, this thing is banging just like these. I'm ultra surprised. I really thought this was gonna be a dud. Shout out to you that told me to check it out. I forget your guys' names. Some of them are hard to remember. I need to go back and write this stuff down, but we're trying to get these reviews out on the fly in between my haircuts. But yeah, so we'll get into it. Blade style is very similar to all the blades that are coming on most of the machines now. It is their brand. Some people may or may not like the screw changes. I love it because the regular Phillips head screws sometimes strip. Sometimes they get banged up, they get messed up, but these are less likely to strip if you have the right tool. I've been cutting with these for about 2 weeks. I got a little over 100 heads in on them, and I am very surprised. It's 5 volts. The battery is 1200 milliamps. It's like 120 minutes of run time, which is on the lower side, but it's a smaller machine. It actually feels really good in the hand. Boom, when you click it on, it comes on right away, no delay. Battery display, that's my favorite thing. I love it because you can always see when your clipper needs to be charged. And you don't have to stress like I need to put it on every time just in case, you know, I don't want it to die in the middle of a cut. But you can see if it's gonna die in the middle of a cut. Some people say they're not very accurate, but I've come to find that they're extremely accurate. When you're down to 2%, it's gonna die. So yeah, they say it's a full metal body, but I think it's only the back half that feels plastic, or it just feels like maybe there's play. This front part feels plastic to me. The back could be metal. Solid hook. Some people like those now, some people don't. It's nice for me. I get it off. I hang some of my clippers up. But yeah, you can completely zero gap your blade without even removing it, because you can fit, if you have a thin enough screwdriver, you can fit it right there. I've already done it, fiddled with it, but it came out the box banging. It was a little tight. I'm worrying about it bite some of my more sensitive skin clients, so I kind of dialed it back a little. But yeah, fresh out the box cutting. I'm so surprised. Let's hear this. TPOB XO brushes, right? There's always that little delay on mine, at least. Sounds about the same RPM, sounds about the same volume, loudness. Has that nice thumb spot. I've actually been enjoying cutting with it. I pick it up and I do not feel like this thing is a cheap clipper. It feels awesome. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I could do is keep cutting with it and see how long it lasts, but it feels like a robust machine. The switch feels nice and clicky, nice and snappy. It doesn't feel cheap like it's gonna break. It's got those nice little metal knobs on it. Battery display. I mean, what else is there to say? It's worth a try. If you're looking for budget clippers, I do this for the people looking for budget clippers or just like to save money and get more of a budget clipper that actually stacks up to some of the better ones. I'd say once you get this dialed in, the cut's very similar. You know, this one to this one. It's doing well just like this one. I love the 9,000 RPMs on this one. It's better for bulk, but it actually does pretty well on bulk. Everybody is gonna, you know, have a thing to say when I say this, but I had so much trouble with the blade on this one. Luckily, I had Babyliss's $50 DLC blade laying around, and still I didn't like this one. Like, I won't go under somebody's neck to trim their beard, like under the neck area with this machine. I mostly have it dialed in. I use it on kids' hair for lineups, and I do like pulling it out here and there for designs, but this one will do the same. That's what I noticed when I was cutting everybody this past couple weeks with it, is that this one's good for fine lines, and it's running. There's no snagging like I always talk about. There's no roughness right here with the blade catching in the hair follicles and stuff. I could really get under the neck and go at it. I don't do that with this one. This one scares me, even with the DLC blade. I don't know if other people are having that problem with the Babyliss blades and the TPOB blades, but I am. So it's crazy that I spent $130 on this clipper. Absolutely had the worst blade on it, whether it was just a manufacturer defect or what. I removed that, and then I had to fiddle with this blade for a while to get it working to my liking, to at least be part of my arsenal. And I do pull it out for designs. Yeah, and compared to $35 free shipping at my house 2 days later, right out of the box, no issues. That's crazy to me. Like, some of y'all could say what you want. This guy's putting more time into his research and development, this, that, the other, whatever, bro. If I buy this clipper and I have to mess with the blade, it's not about the brand. It's about the status of the brand. If I spend that much, people say it's cheap, but if I spend $130 and I still have to mess with the blade and I can't, you know, I'm struggling and I'm making people irritated or uncomfortable with the blade right out of the box, that's not a good look. But if I get a $35 clipper and out of the box it's cutting amazing, and when I tell you guys, I'm so surprised at how well it cuts. I always look at these clippers, and to me this one's ugly, but now that I use it, I kind of like it. But when I look at these clippers, I'm expecting the worst, but then I'm always very surprised, because technology's coming a long way, and you know, these cheaper companies get it. They're like, oh, we got to compete. So yeah, man, I recommend it. I haven't taken the blade off. It's definitely able to zero gap. I know people were asking me about this one being able to zero gap, and I don't know, it looks to be a similar blade. I would assume that if I take it off, it has the same adjuster screws, but this one I never touched fresh out of the box. It was rocking. Same with this one, but I did fiddle with it just because it was very close, so I wanted to dial that in because I didn't want to pinch people. But I haven't had any issues. And I'm going to keep it rocking like that. I'm going to just get straight to the point. I'm going to tell you how it feels when I'm working with it. I'm going to tell you my experiences, and that's all I could really do. I know there's some other guys out there reviewing clipper after clipper after clipper, and I can't. The only thing I could say to talk shit about them is there's a few of them out there that don't cut hair, and they only unbox, review, and take apart the clippers. Now, we can go down the list of specs and say a clipper is better than another clipper, but until that clipper has gone through at least 100 haircuts, we do not know, right? No matter what the specs say, because everything I read about this was a beast, and my experience was different. No hate, no shade, no nothing. I'm just telling it how it is from my hand. That's all I can do. So I'm using it. I still use it. I use it for what I use it for. Now, I'm not going to break these clippers down. I'm not going to swap parts unless I have something laying around. I'm not going to go out of my way. I cut hair, and I cut hair all day, and that's how I make my money. So I test them cutting. I used to want to give you guys videos of them cutting, but any good barber can make any clipper look like it's working well. So I rather just tell you from my hands to your ears. I've been using this for over 100 haircuts, and I'm completely satisfied with how well it works, especially for the price. So if it's something you're interested in and you want to check it out, I'll have the link in the description, and it's worth trying out if you love just, I wouldn't say collecting clippers, but if you just like clippers and, you know, technology and the build of them, and, you know, is worth grabbing, because it's giving that similar blade styles, giving that similar cut to some of these big guys, and I'm completely surprised. So yeah, not much more I can say, but that's it. I'm gonna cut with them, and I'm gonna give you my feedback based on how they cut, not based on their specs. The battery lasts pretty good. It's a trimmer. I never really have problems with trimmer batteries because they're always on and off, and they're only doing certain parts. The big thing about the batteries is when you're talking about clippers, you want them to last a little, you want them to have a bigger battery life than a trimmer anyways. But yeah, love it. Feels solid, feels robust, nice blade, cuts good, doesn't get hot, very snappy lever, battery display, USB-C. I can't complain, man. I like it, and I hope this video helps some of y'all out, because you're asking for this clipper, and that's really it. There's not much to it. So please go like, share, subscribe, comment. Whether you agree or disagree, just comment, and we'll go back and forth if you want. It doesn't bother me. I like this. So shout out to everybody viewing the videos. Shout out to everybody commenting to tell me to try different clippers. I'm enjoying it. Keep letting me know which one of the cheap clippers you'd like me to try, because I'm gonna stay in that realm, because everybody on YouTube is reviewing all the big brands, and I don't want to spend my money on the big brands, especially when I'm finding these nice cheap guys that work really, really well. So thanks again, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, hit that notification bell. Let me know if there's any other you want me to get and cut with and see, and we'll try to get that done. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one.